This morning we will pick up with a statement that says judges will have to answer to the Judge of Judges, found in Psalm 82 and verse 5. They do not know, nor do they understand. They walk about in darkness. All of the foundations of the earth are shaken. Perhaps those given the responsibility of administering justice fail to understand that they have a higher power to answer to. They are not the final arbitrators of right and wrong. God's word uses the word picture that they walk about in darkness. It must have been very easy for a pagan judge like Pilate to wash his hands as if he bore no responsibility for judging fairly between Barabbas and a man with whom he could find no fault. We read the narrative in Matthew 27:21 through 26. The governor asked them, "Which of the two do you want me to release to you?" "Barabbas," they answered. Pilate asked them, "What should I do with this man Jesus, who is called the Messiah?" They all answered, "Crucify him." Then he said, "Why? What has he done wrong?" Matthew 27:18 picks up, For he knew that they had handed him over because of envy. But they kept shouting, "Crucify him," all the more. When Pilate saw that he was getting nowhere, but that a riot was starting, instead he took some water, washed his hands in front of the crowd, and said, "I am innocent of this man's blood. See to it yourself." And all the people answered, "His blood be on us and our children." Then he released Barabbas to them. But after having Jesus flogged, he handed him over to be crucified. It is a miserable dilemma for a nation to be in when its justices know no justice, and its adjudicators are devoid of righteous judgment. But when those who have broken the law come before a judge, they ought to remember that justice is blind. It was and remains the intention of our founding fathers that justice should be meted out equally for all, both the criminal and their victims, regardless of their elite status. When the psalmist uses the phrase that all the foundations of the earth are shaken, he is offering a metaphor that clearly illustrates equal justice as a primary principle that keeps our society stable. Certainly, the world of today is being shaken and is in great turmoil. One of the great problems has been with the rulers and judges of social order. When those who are charged with enforcing the nation's laws have dispensed with justice, unjust settlements develop into an unsettled state. Society becomes unhinged, and the whole fabric of the nation is shaken. True justice is what all of the welfare of society rests upon, ancient Israel as well as our own. The godly principle of innocent until proven guilty is one of those biblical principles that have made America great and separated her from the perverted justice of lesser nations. Sadly, that principle is being turned on its head more and more frequently. The accused must prove their innocence. This principle of justice is established in Deuteronomy 19:15. It reads, One witness cannot establish any wrongdoing or sin against a person. Whatever that person has done, a fact must be established by the testimony of 2 or 3 witnesses.